Good morning. As you can see here, I am one of the fortunate ones that it is insanely warm for February 23rd. But I didn't come on to talk about the weather, although I love talking about the weather. My husband calls me Weather Wanda. I was listening to Mel Robbins' podcast on my walk, and which I love her. I can't recommend her enough, especially with all of the habits. She talks a lot about habits and things like that. So as we talk about these healthy habits to implement, that can be super helpful. But I also did not come on to talk about her. I am coming on to, I'm thinking of it as like an opposite brag. I need to come up with a better terminology for that. But if you're anything like me, you hop on social media, start scrolling, see all these amazing things everyone is doing, posting about their businesses, writing books, having retreats, workshops, how many clients they got, etc., etc. All these amazing things they're doing and working on. And I definitely don't want to discount that, because that is amazing. That's awesome. And I certainly have done it myself. It's great. We do need to celebrate our accomplishments and achievements. Absolutely. However, it's just as important to frankly do the opposite. It is now, I think, 9:30 a.m. and I haven't done so much. I've been up for a couple hours and it has been glorious. I have been feeling super exhausted this week. And by the way, it's Thursday, so it's only been a few days. I've been feeling super exhausted, anxious. And with that, when I mentioned that exhaustion, and it's been my body, like soreness, muscle soreness, just been feeling like a deep fatigue. It's been in my body, but also my brain. I mean, last evening, I honestly said I felt like I was brain dead. Like nothing in there. Talking about everything going on, stresses here and there. And even Mark said, as I was talking to him, "You sound burnt out. You're getting burnt out." I'm like, yeah, I think so. So this morning, I'm off from dentisting. However, as many of you know, I'm working on having my own business. I mean, essentially I do now. I have an LLC. And there's a lot of different things there. It's very different from being a dentist, but I've been enjoying it. I do question what the hell I'm doing, excuse the language, at times, but I just keep moving forward little by little. And there's definitely a ton of things I could be working on this morning. I could have worked on this morning. I could be working on right now. But I needed to do nothing, or just about. So I did not set an alarm to get up any particular time or have any notion of when I was going to get up. I got up about 7:30, so a little later than often, but I needed extra sleep. It was wonderful. Did my meditation, had my morning water. Then, because it is so warm, I poured my coffee, walked out to our patio, and of course the dogs came with me. And initially I just sat out there watching the pine trees blowing in the wind back and forth, and then the sunlight dancing through them. And then I thought, well, maybe I feel like doing a little reading. That's something I really enjoy out there. So I got my book. Still had my mug of coffee. And I was out there for probably at least an hour. And it was amazing. I definitely don't feel 100% better. I am out for my walk, and I am, as I said last night, just walking. I'm not power walking or speed walking. But I am moving around, and it's beautiful out, and I'm just listening to the podcast, looking at the blue sky, the trees blowing in the wind, and the sun, and just being so grateful in this moment. So I just wanted to come on and share that it is okay, everything will be okay if you take some downtime and don't accomplish much of anything. And the bonus is when you do that, I know for me, that's when I get ideas, can feel creative again, start getting some good ideas. It's almost like we have to take a step back to take two steps forward versus feeling how I've felt this week. If I try to sit down and do some work, I would just be staring at my screen, probably resort to Facebook and scrolling, and just feeling more fatigued and burned out, versus taking the time this morning to pour into myself. That it's okay to take a break before you break. And it's so important to do. And it's definitely hard. It's opposite of what we see when we get on social media. People talking about all of these different things they're working on, their projects, their businesses, etc. And again, that's awesome. But it's also awesome. I'm coming on here to brag how I've had an amazing, I call it a slow morning. I mean, that's why I'm doing this, right? That's why I'm trying to start my own business, so I can have that freedom of time, not to keep hustling and working. It's just so amazing out. So this is your reminder to take a break before you break. You are worth it.